Today, I've invited back Mr. Danny Senna from the Australian Workforce. Good morning, Danny.
Good morning, Anthony.
Now, Danny, last time you were here, we spoke about resume writing and also preparing for interviews. What are you going to be talking about today?
I want to talk about upskilling and also multi-skilling as a very powerful way to find the right job in the current job market. And we will go into the details. I think that because it's the right time of the year, number one. Number two, government is pouring out a lot of resources towards this area. And as a third thing, there are jobs available if you get the right skill in the form of upskilling or multi-skilling scenario.
Danny, what do you mean by multi-skilling and upskilling?
To me, upskilling is obtaining a new set of skills that directly related to the job that you are intend to apply for or get into the job market. The multi-skilling is what we meant by that is somebody who already got certain level of skills but would like to get new skills in a completely different area. For example, somebody might be doing the admin work at work all along, but they might decide to do an area like a childcare, for example. So obviously now you need to get a completely new set of skills. So that we went by the multi-skills. So obviously if you can't find a job in your area, and you may decide to get a new set of skills that directly related to that job, and that's very essential, because if you get the skills that which is not in the demand, which is not going to achieve a job. For example, you might get a certain skill in a rocket science or something, but if there's no jobs in the marketplace for that particular skill, you're not going to be able to obtain a job from that. So it's a very important. What I meant by that is getting the skills that you need directly related to the jobs that what is in the market right now.
So Danny, how do I know what jobs are in demand?
So if you go to the internet and do a quick search in a common job portal or something, if you search one particular job, if there's a lot of vacancies come up, and you understand in that local market there is a lot of jobs. But if there's not a lot of vacancies come up and as in a listing, and you already know there's not much jobs in that particular thing. So that's a simple way for you to find out what sort of jobs are in demand. So based on that, you need to get the skills what needed for that particular. For example, in the marketplace now, there are jobs in an aged care, child care, and a warehousing, for example, and the building industry. Everybody can see the building industry is slowly picking up. So those are the areas that when it's a very common sense, it's very obvious in the media what are the areas are warming up. Also government does the research, and that's why they put in the funding towards those areas to help you to train in that area. So that's a good indication where our economy is at. So that's where we need to get our skills for.
So if I want to upskill, what should I do?
First, you have to look at your availability as in the time-wise, because you may be a person that already working full-time or part-time and trying to get into the various different areas, or you could be a person that not working right now, so you got availability. So first thing is that you need to establish what level of time that you can commit towards your education. So there are a lot of various education programs that we can do as an upskilling program. That a lot of them are part-time as well, maybe 2-3 days per week or after hours. Or also there's in a modern day there's a lot of online skill updating facilities as well. So first thing is that being able to figure it out what kind of a time commitment you can do, and then also based on what's the job market, as in your simple search that what jobs are available out there, and do pick the right course that you need to do, so that directly related to the jobs that in market. People do often a big mistake. They do certain updating of their skills or studies that in the area they really like to do, but there may be no demand for that particular area. So you have to be, if you're really trying to get a job, well, rather than your personal passion is important too, because you need to have that passion to do that. But that itself is not going to be enough, because if you're getting upskill for something that there's no demand for, so the rule of supply and demand still apply in our commercial world. Yeah. So we have to first thing is look at, is there a demand for the skill that I really like to get? But it might be something you really like, but there's no demand. But if you can find the thing that you like as well, and also in demand, then you got a perfect thing, and you can afford the time as well. And that's a perfect solution for that.
So Danny, what kind of training does your organisation have to offer?
Before we offer any training from our organization, we look at what's the demand in the marketplace. So because at the end of the day, because we being a recruitment company, our main intention is to give you a training that which we can deliver a job for you. So therefore that we have to be a little bit careful and not train you anything that you like to train. And it has to be the area that we like to, say to you, look, if you do the training in this particular area, there's a high possibility we can get you jobs. Because of that factor, we do the training in logistics and warehousing, and building and construction, aged care, childcare, and the business administration. It for the simple purpose, you can see that, and more Australia is manufactureless, and we are turning into an economy rather than being a manufacturing economy. We're turning into an import and distribute kind of economy. That means the warehousing and the transport going to stay. And so also that, the building and construction, so you can see that there's a bit of activity there. So there's the jobs is there. And also things like aged care and child care, because of the migration and aging population, and the business management, all those things to be managed. So that's all at the moment very, very popular and powerful.
So if we have people that are interested in this kind of training, what are the costs of these programs and trainings that you have?
That's actually a very good question, right? And at the moment, government put a lot of incentives towards these training courses, because the working population need to be skilled up. So often the cost is bare minimum. It might be like from $10-20 to $200-300. So that this course actually might worth thousands of dollars. Right now, when you're little, your parents said, "Do your studies, do your studies." Now, guys, if there's anything better than the studies, anything better than the education, that is a free education. So, often these things are free almost, or very minimum cost. So it's a very powerful solution. So the bottom line is what you have to put out of your pocket is a very minimum amount.
Danny, if people want to find out more information about today's segment, what is the best way to contact you?
The first thing is that you can be in touch with through the morning show itself. So you can contact the morning show and they will give you the right details. Or you can go directly to our website, australianworkforce.com.au. There's a lot of information there. And also you can make an inquiry online or actually ring up over the phone line. And we got our consultant. They'll be more than happy to help you.
Thank you so much, Danny, for all your helpful hints today. I'm sure we'll see you again next time with some more helpful hints about job search in the Australian workforce.
You're welcome, Hasani. Thank you very much too.